Aries, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be your monthly intuitive messages for the sign of Sag. Now, I've tried to record your reading a couple times. We'll see how this one goes. Hopefully this one sticks. It's been a little bit of a retrograde day as far as trying to record. But Saggy, when I first got into your energy, unicorns were coming through, which is interesting because that came through in the Aloha Friday video that I did on September 6th, 2024. I don't know when you're catching this. You could be catching this years later, right? Or it could have come in the weekly, actually. Now I don't remember. It either was in the weekly or the Aloha Friday. The weekly would have been from September 2nd to the 8th. Okay, but check that out if you're curious. But unicorns were coming through. And initially, when they previously came through, that also was correlating with zebras. But with zebras. That's all that needs to be said. Let me come back. So unicorns, I normally associate unicorns with like third eye energy, like Ajna, right? Ajna chakra, right? And intuition, psychic abilities, all of that. But it also is animal medicine / guardian, etc. that can come through when it's also about believing in magic, believing that the impossible is possible. And Sag, what I was gathering in your energy is you are a unicorn. You absolutely are. You are a little different and you're kind of unique and maybe you don't exactly fit in a lot of places, right? But I feel like there is this new level of awareness of, holy shit, I am a unicorn. Some of you, it's a remembrance of, I forgot I was a unicorn, right? However, it's coming through for you, but it's also coming through with a lot of heart and solar emphasis. I kept getting the solar plexus and the heart chakra. Greens and yellows could be coming through a lot for you. Actually, maybe even the whole rainbow. I'm getting rainbow. Yeah. Nope. They're like rainbow. It's like, okay, maybe rainbows are a thing for you. But anyway, and I was really feeling a strong pull in my bridge, like between the heart and the solar for you. It feels like there is this deep seeing and knowing of self and acceptance that you're moving into. And there's gratitude there, but I can feel like you're probably also moving through some emotion, like some sadness when I'm saying emotion, but I'm also feeling a lot of love, honestly, like a lot of love and a lot of gratitude for the self. And like, even as I just said those words, all of a sudden my heart swelled up. So I feel like you're just moving into a really strong awareness and great relationship with yourself and how you view yourself. But I want to come back to this like whole unicorn symbology, because something else that is like creeping in here in your reading is like people might not believe in you. It's like, I know how that sounds, but even with the metaphor of unicorns, right? Because technically that's like a mythological creature, right? Technically, not a video for that, but technically, right? People, not all people, but I think you've probably had a lot of experiences where people just have a hard time believing you're a unicorn. Believing you're a unicorn, seeing that you're a unicorn, accepting you as a unicorn. Some of you have probably had a lot of experiences where they wanted you to be a horse, or they kept projecting that, or maybe they also moved into being very upset or aggravated or even flat out rejecting you because you were not fitting their belief of what you needed to be for them to feel comfortable or for them to be okay. That's honestly what's coming through. A lot of you, this is rooted in family experiences where maybe you had certain family members who were very rejecting of you or just had a very hard time just with you in general, or maybe found your presence upsetting because it just broke their own narrative of horses and unicorns, metaphorically speaking. I think you understand what I'm saying. So that was what was coming through here. So let's go ahead and pull some cards. I'm going to start with the High Priestess Oracle. And maybe not everyone's meant to see you for who you are. And that's the thing. It's like maybe we're not really, maybe you're not supposed to be in these persons. I want to say persons. I don't know if it's grammatically correct. The lives of these certain individuals, right? Maybe there's a reason they can't see you for who you are or what you are. And if they can't accept you, they can't accept you. And that's not your problem. That's not a reflection of you. It still hurts. It's still not very nice, but it is what it is. I just keep getting this, like they don't think you're real. 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 Maybe there have been experiences where people think you're very like disingenuous. I think that's the word. I don't think that's true though. I think that's a reflection on their beliefs of people. Like maybe people can't really be that nice, or people can't really be that selfless, or people can't really be that unconditionally loving, or whatever. And insert here, right? Insert here. Yeah, I just feel like you challenge a lot of people's programming and you make them very uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you, okay? All right. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Oh. We have sacred breath and sound with dolphin. Dolphin could be an energy you're working with right now. With a 10 is cyclical energy for me. So there is like a full circle moment you're having, or you are closing out a certain way of looking at yourself, I feel like is more accurate to say. With life force and communication, this card specifically speaks to the power of breath, okay? How powerful it is to focus on your breath and use it to clear the body, to balance the body, even balance the mind, the heart, the soul, all of you. Telepathy also comes through with this card. I feel like you probably are somebody who is relatively sensitive, okay? As far as your own ability to tune into telepathy, even your level of empathy, and even just your psychic abilities. I just want to say you're probably a sensitive person, okay? I'm feeling more the telepathy with this than anything. Well, I mean, unicorns, I just think like, right? Like an antenna. That's really what I think of. Other unicorns are accepting of you, whether you've met them or not. And I do think you are probably aware of the ever vast connection of what it is to be just human on this planet, right? Because we are all connected, we are all a collective, and I do think you are aware of that. But I want to say, you may be sending out a little psychic signal, whether you realize it or not. And it probably, thank you, they said yes. And it's getting stronger as you are moving deeper into this like bridge part that I keep feeling with you between your heart and your solar, which is just this deep acceptance and gratitude and love of self. While I feel like you are also like clearing some things emotionally, I do feel like it's almost the potency of where you're connecting to all of this within yourself, between the heart and the solar, is coinciding with this increase in your own potency of how you're like transmitting. It's one of those readings. Can I get one more, please, for Sag? I'd really pay attention to your dreams right now. Ooh, okay. Okay, Sag. Sacred action with decisive focus. 17 breaking down to an 8. Intentional. Intentional is the word that's coming through here. I feel like this is, coming back to this card really quick, I feel like this is out here because you have been going through a bit of a healing and moving into some clarity of self and this acceptance of your unicorn self. But while you've been doing that, I do feel like you have also been, I feel like you don't know you're doing this. I feel like you have been unknowingly getting the pieces in place, or getting the people in place, I want to say more so. Yeah, thank you. They like, oh my God, the way they just showed it to me. Yes. Okay. Yes. So coming back to the transmission thing I was getting, because so much of this is in the heart, is starting in the heart, right? Because I keep feeling the bridge. So it's like both. The heart is a portal. It always has been, always will be. And so because you are shifting internally in that space, that is also radiating out, right? And as that's radiating out, you're also radiating out here, and both are getting amplified because of the level of acceptance and things you've been moving through. But as that's rippling out, there are other people picking up on it, whether they realize it or not. And I actually feel like it's like slowly bringing like certain people like into alignment with you, or into your reality with you. Like, okay. Because now they're showing me whales and dolphins and like the sonar, right? It's like when they create sound, it's like a lot of the sounds they make are long range frequencies, right? And that's actually legit what they're showing me right now. Oh, Saggy, okay. Now that you have fallen into a certain place within yourself, you can radiate the message out, and it's like you're people who are like you, other unicorns, are picking up on it. None of this is very conscious, I want to say. Like a lot of that is just kind of innately happening in the realms, if you will, right? But then we get this card, and something about this feels very intentional and very conscious, okay? With the sacred action. Yeah, you're putting people in place, including yourself, to eventually take action from these positions that everybody's lining up for, or lining up to. Tell me more. There's more going on with this card, though. I can feel it. There's more. I am feeling something about boundaries. Coming back to the whole people who can't accept you as a unicorn. I think you have gotten to the place, or you are getting to the place, where you're going to be very good at recognizing, oh, they see a horse, they don't see a unicorn. Boundary. I think you're going to be very good about that, especially with this card speaking of like that kind of masculine, intentional, focused way of kind of navigating life, right? You know it, you see it, you act accordingly. No questions asked. I'm hearing swift. Swiftly. Also, something else that's standing out to me with these cards, the word sacred. Sacred breath and sound and sacred action. Now I'm getting the root. I feel like your whole chakra system is lit up. Maybe that's why they said rainbow. Might be why they said rainbow. Because I do feel the lowers here, but really the root chakra in particular. Some of you may have an association with Archangel Michael. I'm feeling him really strongly all of a sudden. But breath and sound is the heart and the throat. But I'm getting the unicorn of like third eye. So it's like the chakras that I'm feeling with you, third eye. We have throat and heart. Also is feeling the solar. We got the root. Like, yeah, no wonder you are kind of in this like rainbow kind of energy going on here. As you are finding this nice peace with self, you're getting to a point where guided intentional action. Having guided intentional action is a lot easier. It's a lot easier. I feel like whatever work you've been doing as far as accepting and seeing your inner unicorn is just putting things in the right place for you. That's honestly how this is coming through. So very nice. Let's go ahead and pull from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Ooh. I don't know if I said it, by the way. If you resonate with any of these messages, there is a part 2 linked below on Patreon and Vimeo. Okie dokie. Smoky. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely in a new level of confidence as well. That is feeling like solar to me. This confidence that's coming through, because at first with your energy and the way you were processing your like inner unicorn, so to speak, right? Felt a little heavy because I felt like there were some heavy emotions that you were moving through. But this confidence that I'm feeling in relation to this energy, I just get dizzy. It's confident, but something feels kind of light and airy about it. Yes. Can I get one more? One more shuffle. All right. Okay, let's do it. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Yeah, I can't get away from this telepathy thing. Like, I do feel like you're calling people in, or it's like you're sending out some sort of like psychic alarm and people are getting into place, but they don't, like, none of you even like realize it. It's just happening. It's just like an energetic response, right, to the shift of things. That's literally what it is. Hold on a sec. What is this? You're going to be surprised where you end up? That feels geographical to me. Some of you might get like a new job or like move or find people in a place you never expected. But I keep getting like physical, geographical kind of location vibe there. You'll be surprised where you end up geographically. Huh. Okay. Okay. Any messages or insights? And it's all coming back to this call that is like being radiated out. It's funny, I didn't say call before, but now I do. I feel like it, oh, maybe I did say it. Anyway, I wasn't sure if I did, but now I'm like really feeling that call. And I keep getting you're not aware you're doing it. But it's literally just a reaction. It's just an effect from the cause of you moving into this like deep awareness and acceptance of the fact that you're a unicorn. And it's just the trigger. It's just the trigger effect. Anyway, the call that's being radiated out, the psychic ripple effect, their time and space with these other unicorns, maybe even some of them are more dolphin people than unicorns. Everyone's getting in a certain position in some way, shape, or form. You're having a big effect on people, and I don't think you realize it. I don't know who I'm reading for, okay? But whether you move or find a new job, or you just want to go on a little trip, or you feel called to a certain place, I keep getting, it's a place you would not have expected. And I feel like that is where you actually might encounter one or many of these other unicorns or dolphins in person. You guys know me. I'm not a airy, fluffy reader. Like I don't fluff stories. I don't sugarcoat. I don't do that. Like I just deliver the messages, and I know like this is just one of those readings. Okay, so kind of excited for you, Sag. Anyway, let's get cards out here. Any messages or insights for Sag? Even unicorn, right? It's like unicorn is about belief in magic. That is magic. That is magic. Like what I'm describing here is magic. Some of you might have lost your faith in magic. You might be regaining it here. Interesting. We have the Ace of Fire, Ace of Wands, with the Four of Water, Four of Cups. This is kind of an ego card a little bit, and there's some illusion that comes with the Four of Cups. Something about this feels like you might have been trapped in the Four of Cups for a bit. Just being honest. You may have been stuck in a loop. Thank you. A loop of illusion. A loop of illusion. This is about the whole unicorn horse thing and the way that people have experienced you or treated you. There's a looping pattern there, or a looping narrative around rejection. People don't see me, etc., etc., etc. Okay. You're breaking out of that. But with the Ace of Fire coming out here, I feel like there has been this like potential. Thank you. Yeah, there's been this potential reclaiming of excitement for life, belief in magic, even just because fire in tarot does represent spirituality. It represents the spirit, mana, vitality, life force, if you will. I feel like you being looped into the Four of Water, this has been put on hold. You haven't been experiencing this. You haven't been. This feels, yeah, I keep getting reclaiming. A reclaiming of your belief in self, your belief in magic, your belief in the impossible is possible. All of those things, excitement, inspiration. You've been so stuck here, you haven't been able to feel that, but I think that's changing. Whoa! Oops. Let's knock something over. Can I get one more card for Sag? Oh, it's changing. It's changing. We have the Eight of Water coming out here. Eight of Water is kind of like a quest, a journey, and emotionally speaking, even spiritual development. And look, we got dolphins back there. Just saying, dolphins. Some of you, this may come to pass around the full moon Pisces. I only say that because the full moon is really capturing my attention. We have a lot of this like dolphin whale energy, which I always associate with Pisces. So just little signs I'm reading from spirit. But some of you, the eclipse is when a lot of this may come to pass, or you may have some sort of shift in this process when the full moon comes to pass. But with the Eight of Water coming out, this specifically speaks of emotional and spiritual progression in a sense of freedom. And also detaching from things that have been holding on to you emotionally, like the Four of Water. I feel like you're breaking out of the Four and you're breaking into the Eight, like exponential shift in your emotional experience of self and how people experience you. Like I can't get away from the mirror there in the card. Like you're trying to see yourself, you're trying to remember that you're a unicorn. Something's made you forget. And I think it could just be a lot of experiences of people not seeing your unicornness. Like, imagine how crazy that would make you, right? So, just as an example, like, imagine if you never had access to mirrors ever again to see your face. And so you had to like just rely on what people described as your face. And maybe they described something that's actually not what you look like. And somewhere in your awareness, you're like, I know that's not true. I know that's not true, but I can't see myself. I can't see myself. I can't see myself. And they keep telling me I'm this. They keep telling me I'm this, but I don't think that's what I am. I don't think that's who I am at all. Right. So it's like, it's a little bit of crazy making. Some of you may have been around people who were gaslighting you quite a bit, because I keep getting like, kind of like the story of Narcissus, but like with a twist, right? Like you're looking in the mirror and it's like you can't see what you know you should be seeing. It's like you're only seeing what people have told you, right? Or keep telling you that you're a horse and you're like, I know that's not true. I know it's not true. Anyway, it's just a really crazy loop. But you're breaking out of that. Even just the concept of mirrors and even the illumination of the moon and what comes with that, right? Because the moon, while it can represent like illusion and secrecy, when we're talking about full moon energy, the medicine of full moon is clarity. It's clarity on an emotional and spiritual psychic level, while mirrors are totally about getting lost in the fractals of truth. And like you never really quite see it. You never really quite get there. So you see what I'm saying? I'm even noticing like chakras are all lit up versus not so much, right? There's just so many things here that are pertaining to what I was already picking up with you. So yes, you are definitely in a big shift here with all of that. Let's go ahead and get some. Oh, actually, I was gonna do Fae. Let's do the animals, since we got a lot of animal stuff coming up here with the unicorns and dolphins. So using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Yeah, I want to say like your soul and even your emotional body is experiencing a lot of peace right now from all of this. Like a lot of peace and a lot of freedom to just kind of be. And also to have that level of knowing of, oh yeah, this is me. This is me. And no one can take that away from me. This is me. No matter how many people try to gaslight me, this is me. Yeah. I keep getting people cannot see you. They cannot see you. And that's from their own shit. Anyway, can I get a card for the Ace of Fire, please, for Sag? Oh, look who came out, Zebra. Unicorn's cousin. Okay, moving forward, zebra and unicorns, they're gonna be cousins, okay, as we be doing readings. I just like I'm learning something here with animal medicines. But anyway, Ace of Fire with the zebra is like perfect because zebra is all about the authentic, untamed self, the raw, true self, which I keep getting for you. You're a unicorn, but again, as I said before, very akin to the zebra energy here. So I feel like this energy's been waiting for you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Psychic slip. This energy's been waiting for you to break out of the loop, break out of the narrative, break out of the story, break out of the experiences of that. Because this is a revitalized reclamation of self. Pride, too. I'm getting the word proud, and proud of who you are, of your uniqueness. Zebra also speaks to just being really eccentric and really unique and just different. I always say the zebra is a zebra in a room full of donkeys. You're a unicorn in a room full of horses. Like, you know, it's the same thing. But you need to remember that. This is about you remembering that and reclaiming that and finding the acceptance and the confidence and the pride in that. Tell me about the Four of Cups. Like, yeah, maybe you look different. Maybe you do things differently. Maybe you think differently. And maybe it's off-putting to other people, but it's not going to be off-putting to other zebras and unicorns and dolphins, right? Oh, so clarifying the four, black egg, the throat, and look, the roots. Like I said, both are kind of important in your reading here. With Phoenix, you're totally breaking out of this loop of the Four of Water. And then Lamb. Lamb to me is like baby energy, cleansed, pure, very new, maybe even a little naive. Like that's what Lamb is to me. But I think this is really just reaffirming you're breaking out of whatever this cycle is, whatever this loop is. Some of you could have felt very karmic. Some of you are also doing it very vocally as well, just because there's so much throat energy here. But you do feel new. You do feel different, and you're cleansed of this cycle. You're cleansed of the gaslighting and the story and the bullshit that has come from people making you think you're crazy. People making you think there's something wrong with you when they just can't see you. Anyway, let's move on to the Eight of Water. Tell me about the Eight of Water for Sagittarius. Elephant. We love the elephant. This is all about breaking through barriers, through walls and obstacles and impasses. Elephant also speaks to wisdom as well. I just feel like you have a major breakthrough in breaking this cycle that you've been in, okay? So like one or two more I want to come out for the 8. I guess that's not too surprising. Vulture, death magic, as I like to call it. Vulture comes out when we're needing to let the dead things actually go. Let the dead things be decompose and not hold on to the dead things, live in the dead things, right? Vulture is the garbage disposal of the ecosystem. Like vultures come in and eat away the dead and decaying things because it's part of their job in the ecosystem, right? Very scorpionic. Not only are you breaking out of this cycle, but it's all about this decaying energy. Hold on a second. What is this? Thank you. Not only you're breaking out of the cycle, but you're also allowing the external influences that have actually been toxic to you and toxic to your sense of identity be devoured. I'm also getting that too. Some of you could have scorpionic placements. You are the neighbor of Scorpio. Also, Pal's Athena, as I'm recording, is like just moving into your sign. So there could be something going on there too. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm getting. It's like almost like eating away the parasites. Ew. I know, gross visual, but that is what's coming through here. But I'm feeling it more in terms of like people and the bullshit they say. Maybe even some bad memories too that may replay in your mind. Because words stick with us. People think that they don't, but they do. Especially if you're more of like a sensitive person, which again, I do think a lot of you are. All right. So Sag, I'm going to get into part 2, where we're going to pull some tarot cards and get a little deeper here. But I think this is pretty clear that you're breaking out of a torturous cycle. And I do want to use the word torturous and crazy making and very gaslighty. And just like, I just feel a lot of people and maybe even your own ego getting caught up in what people have said or done to you, try to trick you into not seeing yourself or believing that you are who you are because they couldn't believe who you were because of their own shit, right? Very empowering, very liberating, and very healing. So let's go on and get into it. But if this is where we depart, I hope you have enjoyed this reading and found it to be supportive, and I will see you guys very soon, okay? Take care, Sag.